And once again, we welcome the expertise of Officer Paul Tapao, the coordinator with Guam Crime Stoppers. Happy day once again.
Thanks, man, for having me.
All right, and happy Liberation Day to you.
Happy Liberation.
It's a few days afterwards, but you can never get tired of saying that.
Biba Guam.
All right. Well, let's talk about safety because, you know, the parade was right here, and you and your colleagues at GPD did a good job of keeping everybody safe down there. As we're heading into the school year with that coming up, what should kids do to be safe?
You know, first and foremost, parents should talk to their kids about stranger. Use the topic of stranger danger. Now, this is very effective with kids who are going to be utilizing the bus stations. You know, kids as young as kindergarten to even middle school. You know, teach them who are the authority figures, who are the public servants, who are the people that they can trust. Teach them about stranger danger. Teach them about how to walk in groups and not to walk by yourself. And teach them how to be more aware of what's going on around them. And it's really important that the parents get involved. The more they're involved, the more the kids are in tune of what they need to do and what's needed from them.
And you still see a lot of Guamanians, they'll maybe not one parent for every child over there, but usually there's at least one grown up for like a really big group hanging out like at the bus stop waiting for the bus to go there, and then when the bus takes the kids, you know, the person will just kind of like, you know, keep an eye on all the kids.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good relationship builder. That's a good community builder. I mean, if I saw that, I would take advantage of, you know, the parents' presence, and I'll say, hey, you know, if you want to do 1 week, I can do another week.
Exactly.
And you establish that trust, you establish that relationship where, you know, every parent gets involved with every child's safety, not just your child, but the other child, you know, the other kids that are going to be utilizing the bus station.
Now, you mentioned kids grouping together and, you know, like walking places together and, you know, basically watching out for each other. What should they do maybe like teens when they're hanging out at the mall? You know, kids kind of want to do their own thing and they're identifying, you know, they're establishing their own identity and everything like that. When a little bit older children are hanging out at the mall, what can they do to be safe? You
know, I mean, strength in numbers is always good. Be aware. Always keep, you know, Guam is, it's growing. Keep in mind of where you guys are going to be at. Keep in mind the time frame when separation. Keep in mind of where other stores or other parts you're going to be at within an establishment, and just be mindful of where you guys are at or where you're at and what's going on around you.
Okay,
really simple instructions.
Well, what's our crime of the week this week?
Unfortunately, this is the kidnapping that occurred at the Santa Barbara Church.
Okay, well, let's find out what you can do to help.
On Sunday, the 28th of June, at 6:40 in the evening, officers from the Dededo Precinct Command entertained a kidnapping that occurred at the Santa Barbara Church, located in Iglesia Circle, Dededo. Now, according to the police report, at around 5:30 in the evening, the victim was participating in a church volleyball game at the Lancho Park directly across Santa Barbara Church when the victim proceeded to the church to change. As the victim exited the church's restroom, she was approached by a male individual wearing a green t-shirt who grabbed her arm and brandished a knife. The male individual then walked the victim to a waiting car and forcefully pushed the victim into the back seat of the car, where she noted a second male wearing a red shirt seated within the front driver's chair. The two suspects then drove the victim to an abandoned house located on Ladder Garden, Dededo, in which both the victim and the suspects entered the abandoned home. While inside, one of the suspects instructed the victim to remove her clothing item, at which time the victim began crying. A fight between both suspects then ensued, in which the victim was then released and was escorted by one of the suspects back to the park. The victim described both suspects to be suspect number 1, male, Chiquis, appeared to be in his early 20s, having a medium build, standing about 5'4" tall, and having a light complexion with freckles. Suspect number 1 was last seen wearing a green t-shirt and black jeans. Suspect number 2 was described to be male, Chiquis, having a medium build, standing about 5'6" tall, having dark complexion with spiky hair. Suspect number 2 was last seen wearing a red t-shirt and black shorts. The Guam Crime Stoppers and the Guam Police Department is reaching out to the island for their help relative to this kidnapping. We are asking the community, should anyone have any information, they can call the Guam Crime Stoppers 24-hour hotline at 477-HELP, or they can send an SMS text to 486-HELP. All tips and information can also be sent via email to guam.crimestoppersweb.com. All calls and information sent will remain completely confidential. Your call does make a difference. If you have any information about this crime or any other crime, please call Guam Crime Stoppers at 477-HELP. That's 477-4357. You can also send a text to 486-HELP. That's 486-4357. You can also submit information of a crime through our webpage at guam.crimestoppersweb.com or call the Guam Police Department at 475-8615, 6 or 7. Guam Crime Stoppers wants to remind the public that we do not use caller ID and you do not have to leave your name. You can receive a cash reward of up to $1,000 if the information provided leads to the arrest and conviction for the person or persons responsible for this crime or any other crime.
All right, well, thanks so much, Paul. And I know you'd like to give a very heartfelt and goodbye to one of your colleagues.
Yeah, I'd like to say, Brother Bert, rest in paradise. We'll see you when I get there. And as our cycle cries, it's as a member of our 41st cycle, I want to leave on behalf of all our cycle mates. Stay alert, stay alive. 41st will survive.
All right.
We'll see you, Bert.
All right, thanks so much.
Thank you.
All right, please stay tuned. We are back after this.